Okay, we are live. We are back. Wrestling Freaks Podcast. It's been a while, everybody. Been too long. Still marking out. Yeah, it was a great pay-per-view. We are live from Periscope and live on Google Hangout right at the moment. So if you want to join us on either one, come join us whenever you like. I'm with my two buddies, Justin and the bizarre one, Dave, as always. You can see right here. How are you guys doing tonight?
Awesome.
I'm doing great.
Say hello to Periscope. All right, pretty good ones after Mania. Yeah, that's for sure. All right. Obviously, tonight's Money in the Bank. I don't know if it lived up to the hype of the greatest pay-per-view, Money in the Bank pay-per-view ever. I don't think it did, but nonetheless, we still saw a pretty good pay-per-view. We'll start off with some of the opening matches, and then we'll get to the main event, Money in the Bank, and then the AJ Styles and John Cena match, of course. First, we had the tag team match that opened up the the show. We had New Day taking on Gallows and Anderson, the Club taking on Enzo and Cass, and the Vaudevillains. Opening match to me was kind of sloppy at times. We had a couple of botches during the match, and the ending of the match was kind of silly as well, as we saw Gallows just kind of staring at Big E while he was holding Anderson. The Breakfast Club should have won. Huh? I haven't heard that one.
That's pretty good.
We'll go with Justin first. What was your thoughts on the Fatal 4-Way match itself, and were you happy that the New Day retained? Was it kind of a predictable match to you?
I wouldn't really say predictable, but like that really went all over the place to me. Going every which way direction. I wanted Cass and Enzo to win, but I'm not upset that the New Day ended up retaining. But, I mean, it was good overall.
Sorry for the sound, guys. My computer is not truly fixed yet, but it will be fixed soon. So the volume sounds kind of funked up. I apologize. Dave, your thoughts?
Yeah, the match was good. I mean, one thing on this, mine says it's the Get the Tables podcast.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, that's what mine comes up.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Okay, well, then this is Get the Tables podcast. I apologize. So, your thoughts, Dave. What did you think of New Day retaining the belts and the match itself?
The match was really fun. I mean, I really think the Vaudevillains are going to end up being tag champions really soon because they're a really good team. Everyone hates them, but I really like these guys. But the match was really good. Like you said, those two spots, Enzo fell before Kofi even jumped for the kick, and then Big Cass was so late on his spot because Gallows is just standing there as Big E has Anderson on his shoulders. He's like standing there not knowing what to do. And that just looked like you're sitting there thinking as fans, why aren't you pulling him down?
It just kind of looks silly, him standing there. Everybody that's watching right now, can everybody hear them on the computer? If everybody can just let me know, tap some hearts or in the chat, I would appreciate it. Now, New Day retains. They've been teasing everybody that they are very close to winning breaking the record for holding the tag team champions. So it's looking like they're going to be holding them to at least break the record, probably to at least SummerSlam. So.
Yeah. And this was WE Tag Champions. This was Kendrick and London on SmackDown.
Yeah, it was like 333 days or something like that.
Yeah, I thought it was 60, but I could be way wrong. I don't know. But it's weird because you ever notice how SmackDown champions, they never really lost the titles? Like JBL, he was champion for like a year.
Yep.
And it's like, because they really had, I guess, I don't know. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword to that whole thing because it's like, okay. I mean, look how long, who was that? Helms was Cruiserweight champion for a long time on SmackDown.
Yeah, but solid match, sloppy finish, but other than that, I thought the match was okay.
Do you guys think blame Enzo and Cass for being rookies and those two spots they both missed?
Yeah, it happens. I mean, I guess.
The cast spot, I think, out of all of them, was the most noticeable one because it was at the end,
Yep.
and obviously Gallows was waiting for him to come in there to do something, and it just kind of made everybody in the match kind of look silly. But I still thought the match was good. Let's move on to the next match. What was the next match?
Corbin and Ziggler.
Yeah.
No, this is not Skype. This is Google Hangout. What was that? I didn't hear you.
Ziggler, Baron Corbin.
Next, we had Ziggler and Baron Corbin, the match that probably should have been on the pre-show. They gave him some time, which I think this match was probably the match if all of them went over. Because I think this match was kind of long. Baron Corbin wins again. Feud should be over by now. Do we even want to talk about this?
No, 'cause we were watching the game during that match anyway, so.
Yeah, pretty much. Dave?
I thought the match was good. I mean, a lot of people didn't like it, I guess, because we've seen these two fight the last month. I'm glad they actually got on the pay-per-view instead of just being a pre-show match.
Well, and then also the fact that Dolph slipped up too on the.
Yeah, back-to-back slip-ups. Yeah, lucky Corbin caught him.
I think it's not so much that Okay, to be fair, I didn't really watch much of the match. We did change the channel to watch some of the game. But yeah, I've seen this match. They fight on Raw, they wrestle on SmackDown. It's the same old, same old, same old, same old, same old. It's not because it's Corbin, because I really enjoy Corbin. I think he's the best guy that plays his part as a heel. He's the old classic heel.
Yep.
And I don't have anything against Ziggler. Just I'm tired of seeing them two face each other. That's all.
But there's no point to it. I mean.
Yeah, they haven't really dug into the feud at all and really done nothing with it. I mean, so it makes you, like you said to me earlier, offline or online, technically, but, about how no one's invested in the match. No one cares.
Nobody cares about that match. So, hopefully we see Corbin move on to some better things, not a U.S. title run, obviously, but maybe, down the line sometime soon. We see him go after a title of some sort, but we'll see. Next was the Divas tag match, I believe, right?
I believe so.
Which was, women's tag match. I apologize for that. Which was Charlotte and Dana Brooke. I remembered her name this time. I always forget her name. And Becky Lynch and Charlotte. The match I thought was kind of blech. And I thought Natty turning heel was nice. It was something fresh. Because obviously we're not going to see Sasha Banks on our TVs anytime soon. And at least not until SummerSlam season. So where do they go now? Now that Natty turned heel, and obviously they lost in the match, the tag match. Where do we go now? Who is Charlotte going to face now? Either one of y'all can go for it. Whoever wants to.
I'll go first. I'll go ahead.
Go, Justin. I have no idea.
Okay, well, I don't know where it goes from here, and I don't know if y'all guys saw it, but I read online somewhere that supposedly Trish Stratus is supposed to come back. I don't know for her to fight Charlotte or Sasha, who knows. So that's maybe something that they can do. I don't even know where I read that from, honestly. That was like 2 weeks ago. But
I did read that Trish Stratus did want to come back. I know that she wants to face a certain wrestler. I'm not very sure. I didn't know that. I know she said that she wants to face certain people.
Yeah, it was either Sasha or Charlotte. I can't remember which one. I don't know how I feel about it, but
SummerSlam is okay. To bring in Trish Stratus, I could see it happening. Yeah, maybe WrestleMania. SummerSlam, I think they're starting to now build it up as into one of the WrestleMania. Because, I mean, the damn pay-per-view is 4 hours long already.
Oh, yeah.
And they always seem to really kind of go all out on SummerSlams. For example, last year, seemingly it seems like, they always bring in the big guys for SummerSlam. Brock Lesnar, for example. But
Brock and Taker last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never know with the WWE now, especially with the brand split. They're kind of getting kind of desperate, I think, because I've heard that they're calling up old vets like Kurt Angle. They're thinking about bringing back Kurt Angle. They're talking about bringing back Jeff Hardy.
Carlito.
The list goes on and on. I want to see Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton at SummerSlam. Original Jimmy at 24 says in Periscope. I think that would be great. I think that match would be awesome. I've heard about 10 other people. Josh, please inform me on the 10 other people that you've heard that I have not listed. But yeah, you never know. If okay, other than Trish, who active women's wrestler do you think would be next in line for a title match?
Well, like you said, with them now, hell, it could be Bayley. We don't know. I mean, she could be a surprise.
Right, yeah, I never know because the brand split. They're getting kind of desperate now, and I think Nikki. I don't. How long is she actually out? I don't know for sure how long she's actually out for.
If she comes back, they don't even know if she'll be back or not yet.
Right, Dave. Who do you think's next in line for sure?
They do like a 4-way at Battleground, I guess. You know. They could have all 4 women wrestle for the title. I mean, but the Trish Stratus thing, I mean, I think that'd be more WrestleMania than SummerSlam.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh, I'm sorry, Dave.
You're fine. But I think a match with Charlotte, I would like to see. I know she's old, but I think they have similar. They were like wrestle similar styles. I think Alundra Blaze or Medusa, what do you want to call it, versus Charlotte would be a really good match.
Any kind of old vet that comes back to face any of these women, like Sasha or Charlotte, I think would be a good match.
I honestly would love to see Lita and Trish again, one-on-one.
That would be nice, yeah.
But there's been talk for years that they want to do Team Besties, which is Lita and Trish versus the Bellas. There was talk for years they wanted to do that.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit about that. I mean, we'll see where that goes down in the long run, but the women's division has kind of gotten kind of stale, and hopefully it heats up a
couple weeks. I mean, I'm glad Natalya turned heel because her and Becky Lynch would be an interesting feud, I think.
Yeah, and hopefully we see Sasha Banks coming back very, 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 very soon. Next was the Apollo Crews and Sheamus match, where we saw Apollo Crews, maybe Paige again, I wouldn't doubt it. We saw Apollo Crews take on Sheamus. What is your guys' thoughts on that match? I didn't think the match was not that bad. The match was kind of long. I didn't think that match was going to get as much time as it did. The match was a little bit longer than I thought it would go on. Apollo Crews wins by a roll-up. I thought Apollo Crews looked good in the match. What about you, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, the match wasn't bad. I mean, it was good.
A little bit. Go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry.
Honestly, the match was good. I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, I was kind of surprised, though. I mean, not so much Corbin was surprised by him, but Apollo getting a win so quickly. It seemed like almost every match, the new era, I guess, or new blood, whatever you want to call them, all went over and won tonight. And so it was kind of interesting to see how they did that. I was surprised Apollo got that win, though, because it's his first pay-per-view.
Where are you guys streaming this? I'm streaming this from my house. My buddy Dave is streaming from his house, and my buddy Justin is streaming from his house. Poor Sheamus. I think Sheamus really didn't need the win, so I guess that's why they probably gave it to Crews. Justin, your thoughts?
Well, if any? I did like it, for the amount of time they were given. I think they did good. For me personally, I really like Crews. I mean, his ability is way up here. I mean, he's athletic. He is green. He does need to work on some of his ring skills, but I mean, his athleticism is on another level, and I really think he's going to be good down the line next couple years.
What's the podcast called? It's called Get the Tables. God just said COD, Pat. Get the Tables podcast.
I think Cruz's in-ring work is good. I think his biggest problem is his mic skills.
Oh yeah, definitely. He needs to work on the mic skills.
Big.
I mean, that moonsault or whatever it was he did on the outside was amazing.
Yeah, yes.
The dude can work really well. He needs a better finisher though.
Yes.
He needs a power finisher. I mean, that little twirl power bomb he does, I'm not really a fan of that. I mean, if Reigns didn't use the spear, I would think the spear would look perfect for him.
Or him having like the kind of like the clothesline from hell, some kind of move like that.
Bring back Heyman for Apollo Crews. I mean, Apollo Crews could be his talking guy if they ever wanted to do.
NXT, if what they're doing with NXT with managers and Paul Ellering, I mean, you could see WWE possibly bringing managers back again.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to the match that we've been waiting for years and years. John Cena taking on AJ Styles one-on-one. AJ Styles ends up picking up the win, kind of, in a heel fashion. The club comes down, helps them get the win. I know people are going to bitch that it wasn't a clean finish, that AJ didn't get the clean win, that John Cena, again, didn't put anybody over, so on and so forth, etc., etc. But Cena loses first, and he will win next 3. That's what I'm hoping that doesn't happen.
I know. Rusev and Owens all over again.
Oh, God.
I just think the match was good. I really enjoyed the match. First off, let's just say that first. I don't think John Cena made Styles look bad at all. I don't think Cena didn't put Styles over at all. And I don't think the club coming down to help Styles win hurts Styles at all. I just think it's part of what Styles is. He's the leader of the club. He's the heel, and he's playing it very well. I think he's playing a very good heel right now. We'll go with Justin. Matt, thought of the match, and what did you think of the ending?
Well, first of all, this whole feud is going to last the whole summer. First one tonight, second one next pay-per-view, the last one at SummerSlam. I liked the match. I really did. AJ Styles came in. He showed, John Cena what he can do. John Cena showed what he can do. I think, for their first match, they had pretty good chemistry in it. And I was really hoping that Cena would have tapped out to the calf crusher, but Cena don't tap out, so I knew that wasn't going to happen. But for their first match, I think they did very good. I enjoyed it.
Hey, you made a good point. You said a guy in the Periscope chat said, what if they're on separate brands?
Well, that is a good point, I guess.
I don't like that idea, though, because I do not want Styles on the same brand as Reigns, because he'll never get the title.
Mm-hmm.
And if Styles is on SmackDown and they do bring another title, I really have Cena and Styles on SmackDown together.
Okay.
It's going to be interesting.
Okay, well, I think more of it is if they did split, do you think the feud would still go on?
I wouldn't see why not. They should have emotional match.
I would say I don't know how it could because they're on different brands.
It's going to be interesting. This brand split is going to be very interesting to see what actually happens.
Unless they do like Raw versus SmackDown pay-per-view.
Which Battleground may be. I don't know, the way they kind of teased it on the promo kind of looked like a battle between teams.
And so you could easily see the club versus like Cena and please don't be the Usos, but Cena and somebody, Cena and somebody versus the club, and then that would hold their one-on-one match again until SummerSlam, and then it would carry the feud even longer till the pay-per-view after SummerSlam, and then you could have AJ Styles get the other win instead of Cena winning 2 straight.
Yeah, so this brand split's going to be very, 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 very interesting.
And really quick, I thought the match with Cena and Styles was like really good. I mean, yeah, I loved in the match how they showed AJ Styles seemed like he was so much quicker than Cena. I love that because he kept countering everything Cena would do. And I love that. And the club interfering, I mean, he's a heel.
You got the theories, Josh? What are the theories? Please explain. Yeah, it's a heel move. You had to expect it. You had to expect the club to get involved on some sort of way. All right, next match, Money in the Bank ladder match, which was quite a spectacle where we had Zayn, Owens, Del Rio, gosh, don't do this, Ambrose,
Jericho.
Cesaro, and did I miss someone? Did I miss Jericho? Jericho. I wanted a 7-person in the match, but it was okay. I thought maybe we'd see a surprise. We didn't even see Bray Wyatt, who I thought we'd see tonight.
Yeah, people said that he's back touring with WWE, or he will be.
What was your thoughts on the Money in the Bank match and the winner, Dave?
I mean, the match was really good, I thought. It was probably one of the better Money in the Bank matches we've seen in a while. I mean, the spots in this match were like TLC crazy. I mean, that's how crazy they were. I mean, that Owens spot he took like right on the side of the ladder was like, wow. And then that frog splash Ambrose took, bent the ladder. It was like, jeez. And then I wanted Jericho to win, but I mean, I thought Zayn was going to win for a minute, and then we see Ambrose actually winning it, which was like, wow. And it was kind of predictable because he even mentioned it. It's like he spoiled the story, you know, because it looked like a cool idea. Oh, yeah, Ambrose can cash in and make it a Shield triple threat. And it's like they went with it. So, hey, let's do this. It seemed kind of odd that it happened like that.
Chair shots to the head are banned. Throwing them into the ladder with their head, I don't think is. They don't really.
That was a headshot still, though, when Del Rio hit Ambrose with that ladder right in the head. That was not intentional, but it was still a headshot.
And then also when Cesaro went into the damn ladder with
Cesaro, yeah.
That crazy spot with Del Rio and Cesaro where Del Rio jumped on the rope and then fell backwards. I think someone said that he's actually injured.
Wow.
So, Justin, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this match was pretty good. Like I said, all the spots. There was also where Cesaro, I think, threw Jericho after spinning him into the ladder. That was another good one. And then Cesaro going head first into the ladder. I liked at the end of the match when all 6 of them were on both ladders and they were, up against the ropes. And they were just going at it. And then they fell off, and Ambrose ended up winning, which I liked. I was happy with it. But yeah, the match was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I think it kind of. I thought Sammy was going to win a couple of times. Good teasing. Yes, very good teasing. I thought once Ambrose won, I had a feeling he was going to cash in tonight, just because of where Money in the Bank fell in the pay-per-view. Usually it's at the beginning of the pay-per-view, but tonight it was at near the end. The spots were pretty brutal, especially the power bomb that he did on Owens on the ladder.
Yeah,
that was brutal. Oh yeah, that one to Zayn that Owens did, and he's like, "This is my match."
Yes,
that was a nice one. And then Owens falling backwards, then the ladder like dropped.
People in Periscope, if you'd like to tell us what your favorite match was too, you could tell us what your favorite match was of the night. Ambrose wins the Money in the Bank match. I thought the match was good. It wasn't probably the best one I thought ever, but it was solid. It was still good. The women's tag match was the best. Yeah.
Okay.
He said he was just kidding. All right, main event time where we saw Rollins and Reigns put on a pretty good main event. I liked how Rollins did that pedigree.
Are we skipping that match or no?
Oh, Rusev and.
Oh, yes, we skipped one.
That's how good the match was. We forgot about it.
Rusev took on Titus and Neil. There's not really much to talk about.
Some people claiming that he's leaving. And if he's leaving, that's how he's going out.
I saw that on Twitter, yeah.
I think David
here. Really?
Yeah, because that was really bad that they made him lose the dad of the year loses on Father's Day in front of his kids, and then Rusev trolls his kids and say, "Your dad's terrible."
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, yeah.
I was like, wow. I mean, that was pretty bad.
Yeah,
I thought he just lost. He tapped out. That's what it was.
yeah. There's not much to talk about that match other than Rusev won. So let's get to the world title match where we saw Reigns and Rollins put on a good match. I'm sorry. At the end of the match, after Rollins wins, Rollins wins the match. By God, Ambrose comes in and cashes in and beats Rollins, and it ends the night with Ambrose being your world champion. Thoughts, Dave, on the match?
The match was really good.
And thoughts on Ambrose being your new world champion?
Yeah, I mean, the match was really good. I mean, that pedigree Rollins hit when Roman was going for the spear, that was just like, wow. That was a crazy spot right there. And then for a minute, when they did that spear on the outside and Rollins moved, I'm like, are they seriously going to stop this match? And then it's going to be something like that. And then Reigns is going to make the ultimate comeback and beat Rollins, but he was hurt and he still beat him. I honestly thought that's what we were going to see. And then, the finish, that other pedigree out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden, two pedigrees can beat Rollins, but a Styles Clash on a steel chair can't. But, okay. But yeah, I mean, it was looking like, oh my God, Reigns is going to just win this match. That's what it was looking like. It was like, I mean, that buckle powerbomb, he comes out of the corner and just hits Superman punch out like it was nothing. That was just like crazy. But yeah, then Rollins wins the match and wins the title, and then you knew it was coming. It had Daniel Bryan winning the title feel to it. And then the celebration, and then Ambrose, Dirty Deeds, or whatever you want to call it. And Ambrose is your new World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, a lot of people are happy because everyone's been, ever since. Now, do you guys think this was the original plan all along? Because they're grooming Ambrose for a title run, because that match he had with Triple H at Roadblock was really good.
Yeah, that match was good. Yeah.
I don't know. Did they kind of just do a curveball? So let's do it. I don't know. I think
it's weird. It's the first time in a long time that they've actually had the Money in the Bank contract or case winner actually just cash it in that night and with no build up at all.
Kane did the same thing to Mysterio, I think.
I know, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you're right. But I just mean, like, now, with only one case, you're not even gonna have the guy just tease cash-ins at all. He just cashed it in, and that's it. So it's like, if you missed Money in the Bank, this is what you missed, because you didn't get to see Ambrose cash in and win the title.
I think because Cavs won, he won. It's kind of far-fetched, even though they are both from Ohio. But he's from Cincinnati. He's not from Cleveland, so it'd be a little bit more obvious if he was like from Cleveland. Then I could say that. But I think
I didn't even put that together. I didn't think about that because I think you said that earlier on Periscope.
Yeah, and I just think that it's just I think maybe they're gonna give Ambrose just a little bit of time to hold the belt until hopefully Rollins wins it back, but more than fucking likely it might be Reigns.
Or it could be a Shield triple threat.
It's going to be a Shield triple threat at SummerSlam, no doubt about it.
Hey, we thought that for the last couple months with these matches. You never know where they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Justin, your thoughts?
Yeah, the actual match itself I thought was good. I did kind of, whenever Rollins went for that sunset flip again, he'd look kind of reluctant to do it, and I was like, oh crap, don't mess up your knee. And you can see where he landed with his right knee first, or right leg first.
Reigns protected him really good on that spot.
Yes, yeah. So that was pretty crazy. And then when Reigns went through the guardrail and all that, yeah, the match was good. I myself liked Ambrose winning. That was pretty cool. I can't wait to see where they go with them, who he fights next to the pay-per-view. I mean, it's going to be an experiment for them, I guess, to see what happens with them.
Yeah, I enjoyed the match. You know, I was surprised Rollins won. Then after that, I was kind of upset that he lost. But I like Ambrose. I'm kind of interested to see where they go from here. I'm curious to see what happens tomorrow night on Raw. And it kind of makes Raw kind of that, oh, let's see what I'm going to tune in tomorrow. Just see what happens. Maybe we'll see a world title match.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I think we'll see them arguing about who gets the shot because Reigns lost and then then Rollins lost. So I mean, they both have deserving shots.
Yeah, it's crazy. All three members of the Shield were champions tonight. If you think about it, Reigns first, Rollins, and Ambrose.
Yep.
yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. So that's pretty much oh crap! I just dropped my phone. That's pretty much Money in the Bank tonight. We're gonna try to do.
We didn't get any mention of Stephanie or Shane either, so that was.
Oh yeah, I'm going to assume we'll hear more from them tomorrow. Money in the Bank can use a new theme song. Yeah, they've had that one for quite some time.
Before she came back.
Right. So that's gonna pretty much end tonight's broadcast. So in Periscope as well. What was the match of the night, and what did you think of the show? We'll go with Justin first.
My match of the night. I'm gonna go with the Money in the Bank match just because of all the competitors that were in it and how good it was. And I'd say, I guess, 7.5 out of 10.
To make it easier. Make it easier. Pass or fail?
Oh, pass.
Okay. Dave?
Yeah, I was just gonna say something different about that, but I would say AJ Styles Cena was my favorite match simply because even though it is a tough, all the three matches were good. The last three anyway were really good, but I would say just because it was AJ Styles' first pay-per-view win since he's been in the WWE. But yeah, it was definitely a pass for the show. It wasn't a great Money in the Bank pay-per-view, but it wasn't bad other than like 2, maybe 3 matches weren't the greatest.
Right. I enjoyed the Styles and Cena match. Money in the Bank was close second. Very, very close. I mean, I could have either one to me was a good match. I can't even, the world title match too was really good. I give it a pass, of course, and I mean, I got to give WWE credit, man. These last couple of pay-per-views have been pretty solid. They've given us some pretty good quality pay-per-views since WrestleMania. They have been giving us some pretty good quality pay-per-views.
And it hasn't been so predictable lately either.
Right. I'm getting like a lot of new just new rivals, new stuff. I'm glad to finally see some new stuff, and hopefully this brand split will widen up the chances of more people coming in and seeing new stuff going down. So
yeah, the brand split draft, whenever they announce it or whatever they're going to do, it's going to be fun. I mean, man, it's going to be fun to see. Hopefully we get a new world title on SmackDown too, because it would be weird to see Reigns wrestling, or not Reigns, but whoever the champion is on SmackDown and then go back to Raw and wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, it needs their separate titles. Whether you keep the tag champions and the women's champion and have her go back and forth, I don't know if that would really work, but I mean, we'll see.
And then SmackDown going live is going to be good as well.
Right.
Oh yeah.
No more tapes.
And the rumors of them possibly doing live Raw and SmackDown specials throughout the months when they're doing these. So that'd be kind of good. Probably wouldn't happen until after SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll see. Our podcast schedule will be on Tuesday evenings. Haven't really decided on a time yet, but once SmackDown goes live, it'll be definitely after SmackDown.
Okay.
But till then, we'll talk more on more of a schedule of when we'll be doing these podcasts. I would like to do them definitely not after Raw, because Raw itself is long already. So I don't want to do a podcast after that. So probably Tuesdays. I would say maybe 9 Eastern, maybe 10 Eastern. 30-minute podcast just to go over the week of WWE, and then have all these podcasts again Sunday nights when there's also obviously a special or NXT as well. So just follow us on Twitter, follow me on Periscope, or follow us on YouTube, and you'll be in touch with us whenever we do go live. It'll be a lot easier for me just to throw out a schedule for you. You'll get a little notification when we're live, and then you can just jump on in and participate in the video or the podcast, I should say, like y'all did tonight. So any last word before we head out, Dave?
Just I think one thing. I think looking at some of these matches, I think the reason Corbin and Ziggler went so long, and Paulo and Sheamus went so long, is because they wanted the show to go past 11 o'clock. So that's why they stretched those matches out. And we got almost about 3 hours and 15 minutes of a pay-per-view. Commercial breaks, technically.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, it was a solid show. Looking forward to... Hey, we got some interesting stuff coming up in July, too. I mean, the Cruiserweight Classic is going to be so much fun to watch and check out. I mean, some great NXT stuff coming up really soon, with a possibly Balor and a Shinsuke Nakamura match coming up. Man, that's really exciting stuff coming out of the network.
Yep. Justin?
Oh, I just want to finish. It was a good pay-per-view. I really enjoyed it. Can't wait for the next one.
All right. Yeah. So just hit us on Twitter, YouTube, Periscope, follow, and we'll be live next week. We'll talk about Raw. We'll talk about SmackDown. Give a little thoughts on any news, and then continue on from there. This is wrestling. I'm sorry.
This Tuesday.
We'll see how Raw goes.
It should be a good one, though, anyway.
If Raw's good, I say do a podcast Tuesday night. If not, we can wait till next week. That way we can talk about Raw last week, Raw this week. Just give a quick rundown.
And we also got the podcast we could cover, too.
And after SmackDown when it goes live, correct. When SmackDown goes officially live is when we'll start after SmackDown. So we'll cover both shows. Knock them out. And hopefully, Josh, you can join us, give us your feedback as well. And... keep in touch. So
they should end around 10 o'clock Eastern anyway.
Right. Yeah. So we're going to end it now. Thanks, everybody, for watching on Periscope and on YouTube. And we'll see you guys hopefully maybe on Tuesday night, if not next Tuesday night. Thank you, everybody. All right, and we are done.